What's up, angels? It's the West Coast Bells, and we're back with a review of P Valley Season 1, Episode 3. And we're going to get right into it. But before we do, if you have not already, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for your bells.
Please hit the bell for your bells.
Please hit the bell for your bells. I'm Misha.
And I'm Ty.
All right. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. So the scene opens up, and there's always a man that comes into the strip club to take a woman out of the strip club, to be the one to be like, hey, you don't have to do this. I don't want you doing this. I'll take care of you. Just let me pay for this. Just let me pay for that. And that's how it opened up with Mercedes, I guess it was one of her regulars, because if it wasn't, he wouldn't, he may not have been like that. He may have, but, we're just to assume that that's one of her regulars. And what made the scene seem real was the fact that it appeared in the club like they were alone, so all the while that they're having this conversation, it looks like they are alone, and it's just a private conversation, maybe in some other room or something, but they were right in front of the stage. And as soon as, she turned down his offer, basically, to take care of her and pay for her apartment and so on and so forth or whatever. She turned down his offer, and then that's when the club opened up and the scene opened up, and you could see everybody that was in there and everyone that was actually a part of the whole room. So I say that to say that when, even though you're in a club or you're in a scene where it seems like it's so much going on, you can still have a private conversation enough to get to know somebody, go there with them. So I thought that was real cool, Then the scene switches over to Autumn, and she's trying on wigs. And I have to say, it's something about that blonde. That blondes do have more fun.
That blonde bombshell, they get paid more money.
Yes.
Another story.
Yes, honey. Yes. So when she tried on that blonde wig, she knew she hit the jackpot. I assumed that she got it. Okay. And the scene switches over immediately to Andre, who's on a call.
Excuse me. Before you move on to the next scene, just in lieu of the fact that she was wig shopping, I would just like to point out to our audience that we are obviously paying homage to P Valley. We had to go into our own stashes, darling. To channel our inner P Valley.
Yes, honey. Yes.
Give them a little pause.
Okay, so now.
Okay. So now we can go back to y'all.
Okay, so then the scene quickly jumps over to Andre. He's on a call. He's saying he likes the blueprint for the casino, but the blueprint for the casino includes like a complete demolition of Pink, because Pink is not on the blueprint. for the plans for the casino. So that was really interesting, and we'll learn a little bit more about that later. But
Well, here's the thing. He does own the land. He owns the property. A blueprint is just basically a draw up of a plan for a particular property or whatever a project is, so to speak. He owns the property. He's just a little bit behind. But everybody that been watching, y'all know Uncle Clifford is behind on his payments, and he owe like $55,000 or something like that to somebody. But go ahead.
yeah, because you jumping ahead and the thing.
Are you jumping ahead? That was in the backstory.
What we talked about.
That's the backstory. That's a
Girl,
backstory.
you look beautiful. You look so beautiful.
You do too,
Oh
dog.
my goodness, do I look that beautiful? Do I look like you?
No,
No.
you don't look like me today, but dog, you
So,
do. You look
oh
good.
my goodness.
So go ahead. Let's move along. We have a whole
Okay.
episode 4.
All right, so then Autumn comes into her own, and she starts, getting down on the pole, and they're back in the club, and they show her on the pole, really, really working it. Rake it up, rake it up, back it up, back it up, look it up, look it up, stay it up, stay it up. That's what she was doing, right? So she's like, stay it up, stay it up, rake it up, rake it up. So that's what happened. And again, the scene just it switched over, and she had a talk with Clifford, where he says he wants to cheat. Okay, you're not getting your ID unless I get the ID. Okay, so he wants to know what the plans are for the property, and what he wants to know everything, and he knows that red bone, the way he gonna get it. Okay, he knows that girl is the one, the what do I want to say? She's the one. She's the one who can
She's the one.
Yeah. So there's no other way to say it. She's the one. She's the one. Autumn is the one to get Uncle Clifford the information that he needs, because Andre took the bait, honey.
Well, he already liked her from jump.
Yes, he did. Yes, he absolutely did. So, she told Uncle Clifford, I need my ID back. He was like, no, you ain't getting your ID unless you give me my tea. And she said, well, I called him and he didn't answer, and
Kimatakia said we cute. Sikatakia said cute. Thank you, Tom. Can't wait to talk about this with you.
So look, then the scene flips over to Andre, who he's talking to the mayor, and the mayor is girl. He more fake than a wooden nickel and a $3 bill. Okay,
Ooh.
he is. Don't let it. You shouldn't. When you talk to this mayor, you shouldn't believe nothing, not one thing that he says. Okay, you shouldn't believe.
Hold on to your wallet and don't hug him. Okay,
Yeah, don't
you got to check your pockets after you
check for your wallet. You got to check for your wallet. Okay, if you hug him, you got to check for your wallet.
Yeah.
It is the truth. Okay, it is the absolute truth. So the mayor, they had a little back and forth, and it's not worth really going deep into. But the mayor is absorbed. He's self-absorbed. He wants to name the project after himself. It's gonna be, hey, I'm David Ruffin, and these are the Temptations. Okay, he is all the way into it. Like, listen, this is
what I'm too much.
Yes, he is all on team too much all the way. So then it toggles back over to the club, and Autumn finishes her shift. She walks out the club. We're dining I forgot his name. I'm gonna just call him Shug. Okay, so Shug.
Oh, that's Big L. Big L.
Okay, so Big L.
But he
So
do
Diamond
look like
and
shit. He
L,
give me shit
they out
too.
there talking. And this was another wonderful part of the whole series. You know, if you look deeper into it, you know. Oh, look, wait a minute. Tikataki, is that cute? She said, yes, honey. Tikataki said, oh, she talking about the mayor when she said, oh, pimp. You better
Yeah.
believe it. She said,
Yeah.
come through with. I'm just saying. And Johnny gave up the I love you too, Chandra.
Love her. That's my boo boo.
Yes, but I love this part because when she walks up, what's his name again?
Big L.
Big L. He
AKA looking good.
she says, you got a cigarette? And he
Good
like,
looking.
what you need is an umbrella and an escort. And I love it that the men that work at the club treat the women so respectfully.
They do.
They have so much respect and so much love for these women. They literally protect their lives though every day. So you would think that if I hire you to protect me and I give you money every night because you don't just tip out the DJ and the bartender, you tip out the security, you tip out the club as a whole, then you tip out the bartender and the DJ. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, like if you're there and you're saving my life, to some extent, I have a whole lot of love for you.
Yeah.
Like you like my brother. Like
Technically, they're actually protecting their own
but
assets. They're protecting their own assets, which is their money. So the girls in the club are their money. And I don't know too many men that, are in that business where you can actually just mess with their money.
right,
You know what I mean? So
right. And I
it's two
think that
sides.
that's awesome though, because even behind the scenes, it just took me back to where when
Mhm.
Diamond walked in on Mississippi and she was breastfeeding, he almost wanted to turn back around and go back out because he felt like that was something sacred and like
Yeah.
maybe I should be seeing you like this, you know?
Yeah, even though he's already seen her butt naked.
Yes, yes. So I really felt like that was awesome, and it's really awesome to see the men be really respectful because even though people think that it's not a job and that they party all day, it's completely apparent that they work hard. Like, I mean, some of us just sit behind the desk all day and answer calls and
I wouldn't say just sit behind the desk and answer
no, no,
calls
no, no, no,
because
no, 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 no. I said some just sit behind the desk and
I
answer
wouldn't say
calls.
just sit behind the desk and answer calls because there's usually more to the job. But here's the thing. Um, I'm happy to see Black men protecting Black women in any capacity because it's so it comes few and far between. Like I see so many missed opportunities, where we could be protected and revered, and just the
Yeah.
way we treat them, you
And
treat it the way
normally
that we
I
treat
would
them.
accept the
And
correction for
so,
the just sit behind the desk, but there are some people that do just sit behind the desk and
yeah,
answer.
I get that.
And it is a job description, you know what I mean? Maybe you have to write a couple things down, but it's just the way it is. And some, other people, there are more aspects to being behind the desk and answering calls, but there are some people who just sit behind the desk and answer
Well,
calls.
usually even those people got to take a bunch of bullshit, make coffee, clean up bathrooms, and do all the bottom shit. So it's never just to sit behind the desk.
Oh, sounds like it's
You know,
just so
a little
miserable.
bit below my pay grade, but
Sounds
it's
so hard. The only thing hard about that is payday. Anyway,
yeah, because what I'm saying is me and you are just sitting behind the desk right now, too, basically. And I put a lot of work into this before we started. We both put a lot of work into it. So
Absolutely.
a lot goes into a lot of different jobs, and that's all I was saying. I know you don't talk about the people like that though, so I really didn't have to correct you because I understand where you're coming from no matter what.
Yeah, I'm
I was
not,
clarifying. I was
that's one
clarifying.
thing I want to be clear that I wanted to be clear that anytime I say anything, it's never from a judgmental standpoint because I've lived on every level. You know what I mean? So that's just the way it is, and we're not gonna go off topic and talk about that, darling. We're gonna keep this moving. And he even asked, Big L, he even asked her, you gonna be scriting these streets? You gonna be scriting these streets? And Diamond says, yeah, she good. She good. And he gives her a cigarette and they walk away. It was pretty short. And it was, it was no issue with that. It was just, it was what it was. And then they, gets a text from Andre, and he was like saying like, last night was fire. Like he never, you know what? Sometimes less is more. You don't always have to give actual sex to give a stimulating experience where someone is heightened to the highest height of stimulation and even to the point of climax. Even without sex, you just don't have to do it all the time. So he was like, last night was fire, and I hope you're having a blessed day. He kept it pretty short and sweet, and that's
And
just
he referring to their phone sex capade.
Yes,
Ooh, it was sexy to me.
yes.
I would definitely enjoy something like that.
And she was standing out in the rain, and which is why Big L was like, you need an umbrella and an escort. But she was standing out in the rain, and like, hey, I've been wanting you to call me back. I've been wanting you to call me back. So I really thought that that was cute. And then she got a message from Telex though that said, please bring your government ID for a cash pickup. And you know that Uncle Clifford is still holding her ID because he wants the tea. He said, bring me my tea and you get your ID. Okay. Girl, yes, sir.
Oh, you saw that?
But anyway, she calls Andre back. She calls Andre back, and they end up at the restaurant. They're having lunch or a late breakfast, and she kind of is doing little turtle bites, mice bites, little rabbit bites on a piece of a waffle. I never seen anybody eat a waffle like that, but girl. Eat your waffle, girl. Just get waffled up, okay? Get waffled up, and then while they're eating and they're having a little friendly exchange, the old man at the bar, he's like, you could talk about this about Chuckalisa, but you can't talk about Chuckalisa unless you talk about the mouth. And he gave the history of the mouths and how somebody went with somebody somewhere, they died, and he carried the dead person back on his back. And he was like, imagine carrying all that death with you for that whole time, which made Autumn go back into her bag and start reminiscing about whatever this is that she went through. And I'm really anxious to figure it out. Like, what is the whole story behind that? But in the midst of all of that, Mercedes, Mississippi, and Gidget walk in the door. They like, hey, they turned up from the club. They're like, oh, you with your regular? Would you put 3 Rocky Mountain what could you put 3 mouthfeet salad? No, they put They ordered they
To
put
that table over there.
yeah, look, put their order on it, put my order on that tab. Give us the Rocky Mountain special, the Sierra Nevada special, the West Coast Belle special.
What would be equal to a lumberjack at Denny's.
Right, the lumberjacks, 3 lumberjack specials. Look like a West Coast Belle. Thank you. You know,
Thank you.
let's fuck up. Let's fuck up. Okay. Okay, so um after they put their stuff on the tab or whatever. And sick of say y'all silly. Girl, you trying to do it, girl. It's just so funny. Some of the stuff is funny. I can't get through this without with my sister, because when I look at my sister, we turn 5 again. And we be just
We stupid.
again.
Together,
But
we
anyway,
stupid.
Andre he does the gentleman thing and takes care of the tab for everybody before he leaves. And then Autumn kind of almost immediately gets up and leaves after him. And the scene goes over to a cotton field. The cotton field, it was really pretty to me. Like, I know it symbolizes
Beautiful.
like pain and things like that, and something different for our ancestors, but it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Like a
I
cotton
saw them when I went back east, when I visited North Carolina. I saw cotton fields. It was my first time ever seeing a cotton field. It's the oddest feeling. Even when I went to Virginia, I mean, it gives you a very eerie feeling, but it's beautiful. They are beautiful, especially knowing that they have machines to take care of it now. But thinking about who used to do it, yeah, gives you a little bit of a feel.
right.
The
So
region in general does to me, but go ahead. That's a whole nother story.
then the scene goes over to Uncle Clifford meeting with Corbin. And Corbin is explaining that he's trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. He's trying to, turn a dime into $10 million, and Uncle Clifford is he all with it. He takes the bait. He's like what we gotta do, because if all our property, is worth this much money, that means I get a piece of the pie. Okay.
But real quick, did you see how Uncle Clifford showed up to the cotton field, though, honey? He was looking like giving
Uncle
all
Clifford
of the
looks like
Southern
a
Belle.
Southern Belle, honey. Like we are the
Yeah.
West Coast Bells. You see how we West Coast Belle it, how we
West Coast ladies,
West Coast Belle it.
Vanessa Annabella,
Yeah.
Vanessa Annabella, for the girls that know.
Yes, you see how we West Coast Belle it. He was super Southern belling it with the blazer with the train and the umbrella to match. Just completely dainty and ladylike. I loved it.
Ooh, honey.
And red to symbolize.
Ooh, power.
I'm that bitch.
Red to symbolize power.
I'm that bitch. Okay. That's what he was doing.
Okay. Yes, I got it.
You didn't see this episode, girl. You know what? It was slow to start, but it ended up pretty good. It did end up pretty good, but either way, down at the church, mama in the pulpit showing out. She's supposed to be singing and mic checking, and she like, tell your neighbor, turn to your neighbor, and Mercedes walks in, and they have a little chit chat, a little back and forth about the stacks. It's like, hey, you got the loan. Can I get my money back now? And she said, okay, come tomorrow to the church and I'm gonna cut you a check for your money, and that's gonna be it. You know, I mean, mama, she ain't right. Mama,
Listen, I done told you about that no good hoe ass mama. I don't like that bitch.
mama
But go
is
ahead. I don't
terrible.
like her ass.
She
But
is
I'm
terrible.
not gonna really wear into her ass right now. I'm gonna wait till episode number 4.
Yes, absolutely, because it's needed. It's definitely needed. But
Ooh, the rabbit hole goes deep, honey.
so then, the scene moves over to Mercedes watching a video of her Chuckalisa challengers doing a twerk video like uh, 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 mm, 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 mm. and they and they was really getting it, and they had on the shorts that said Chuckalisa challengers
Yeah, they was.
on the ice. Okay,
Yeah, they
so
were trending on the
like, I
internet.
know damn well y'all not about to associate this with my name, even though she's a stripper. So she is trying to disassociate herself from being a stripper. Like, yes, these are dancers, but they're not strippers, and
I
they
don't think she's trying to
are
disassociate
strippers
herself.
in training.
I don't think she's trying to disassociate herself with stripping. I know she knows that's part of her. I think that she is trying to show that she has integrity outside of stripping, and that she's not trying to lead these girls down the road to become a stripper, basically.
That's the same as disassociation. She really doesn't want her name attached to I'm just a stripper. She wants to be known as a choreographer, someone who is
But I
leading
don't think that's true. Anybody
somebody
that
who
has
is
Mercedes Sunday,
but she doesn't
anybody
want to
that
be.
has Mercedes Sundays is not trying to disassociate. She's famous for being a stripper in her hometown. So
But she's
I don't think
supposed to be
I think she
having her
knows she can
last
never
dance.
disassociate herself with that.
But she's supposed to be having her last dance in 30 days, and she's supposed to not even be a stripper anymore.
Yeah, which is episode. We'll talk about that on episode 4.
You know, so by Mercedes' last dance coming up in what they said was 30 days, an episode ago, you know, I do think that she is trying to move on from being a stripper. She's trying to elevate. Like, a lot of people don't have the game. A lot of women think that, oh, I'm making all this money, I'm gonna always make all this money. She knows I have a certain window of time to make the kind of money that I'm making
Yeah.
and to do something with it before my time is up. You know, she really has her head on straight as far as that goes, because some women believe that their beauty will never fade, and that, I'm always gonna have it like this.
Like this.
Like, so, but you're not, and that's you know that's true. Okay,
What
but
do you
anyway.
mean I'm not?
Anyway, they get back to so she called the girls about doing that twerk video. Like, y'all not gonna do this. You know what? You gonna be the next, whatever. So they really not really feeling. They're not really listening to her because they know she's a stripper, and that's the bottom line. But back to the club, and the girls are practicing, and Mississippi, the girls, it's two girls on the club. It's Mercedes and Mississippi. And Mississippi kind of grimaces in pain. And so she gets off the pole and she goes to the back to put some ice on her wrist. And Diamond is back there. And, I think that they're going to end up in some kind of relationship or something, because some kind of entanglement. They're going to get into an entanglement.
There's a love story unfolding.
Yeah, they have to, because there's clearly an attraction, a spark, some sort of je ne sais quoi. I mean, there is something that is there that, everybody might not see. It might look like a brother and sister relationship, or like I'm trying to just protect you and stuff like that. But Diamond is clearly, he's connecting with her on a different level, and I do believe that she's receptive to it. It's just that she may have to wait a little bit because she does have a situation that she needs to get rid of, and you don't want nobody crazy like Diamond trying to kill your man, especially if that's your baby daddy. So I think that I think they're gonna get
That's
into
no good ass baby daddy though. Mm-mm. But okay, I guess he don't deserve to die either.
yeah, you don't want to, maybe he do.
She don't want that.
Maybe he do this,
She better get some insurance.
but you're
Got me
not
fucked
supposed
up.
to do. Yeah, you're not supposed to do anything like that. So, so, next, the scene goes over. Mississippi asks somebody to hold the baby. I think it was get you or somebody to hold the baby or whatever. But then she out there, inviting people down to the club via social media. She on live like, hey, we getting it. And she's in a wig like this, and she getting it right. And she like, hold my baby while I finish posting. Okay, so yeah, she didn't ask them to hold the baby before the post. She asked them to hold the baby after she finished, when she was ready to finish up the post or whatever. And Artem it toggles over to Autumn, and Artem starts to think about her own baby because she's the one holding the baby. And as she's holding the baby, like, I would really love to know whatever it is that she went through with her own child, because it just,
You're gonna find out next episode.
yeah, okay, all right. So Autumn, then after she has that experience and she's thinking about her own baby. Hey, Rara, thank you, sweetie. We love you.
Ooh, I love her. I love you.
Love the looks, Bells.
Thank you. This is inspired by Key Valley. This is my stripper hair. Darling, have you seen how long it is? It's waist length hair.
Right. Look. Shawnee said, come through red.
Mm-hmm.
She said, come through red. Stigga said, oh, I know. Girl, she be, you know what? That's one of our faithful angels. We love you, sexy Sicka, and come through whenever you want to and get in.
That's an honorary Belle right there, baby.
Yes. And then Rara says she loved the looks, girl. Trying, girl.
Rara. Oh, you know what? We all West Coast ladies, and what I want you guys to do is Google right now, West Coast lady. What's gonna come up is a butterfly. You may hear me from time to time refer to my sister as Vanessa Annabella, or you may even hear me just say Vanessa Annabella. That's the name of the species of butterfly that is the West Coast lady. So go ahead and look up the West Coast lady right now. If you're from California, you'll recognize this butterfly. Excuse me, that's this good shit. You'll recognize this butterfly if you're from California, because we used to catch the West Coast ladies like it was nothing and play with them.
Yes, we used to catch butterflies. Lady. Absolutely.
Yeah,
so check it out.
Coast lady. It's a butterfly, and that's why my name is Ty Butterfly. It's the shit. You'll learn something.
That ain't why your name is Ty Butterfly. Daddy called you Ty Butterfly since 1979.
But I'm grown now, and I decided that my name is Ty Butterfly.
Girl, Autumn.
So move along with your
toe up. Autumn is at the bar getting toe up. Okay. And she ordered one more shot.
Don't tell me when my daddy comes.
My girlfriend was like, she took the shot like this. She took the shot like this. This is water. And the girlfriend at the bar was like, yeah, Redbone, you need to slow down. You know, light skin. You need to go on and slow down. You know what I'm saying? So she like, well, F you, or whatever she said. She just totally showed that she was super drunk. And she walked off and she started to watch the party because the party gets started. Mississippi, M.I. Quicker letter, I. Quicker letter, I. Humpback.
That shit get me pumped up every time she finna come.
Yes. She was on stage with Mercedes and Get 'em Gidget, and they was doing this little trio thing, and they was fucking.
Yes, baby.
Period. It was fucking up. It's some real acrobatics that go into being a stripper. So
it is.
You can equate
athleticism.
You can equate being a stripper to a gymnast. Like all of the flips and things that you see them do, you know, it's almost the same. It's just almost the same, period. And Autumn is looking at the party like, you know,
she's like, I can do that.
I can do this. So she walked over to the stage and she walked up the stage and she started dancing. And immediately, soon she tried to get low, she fell. She's like, all right, I can fix that. So she get up, she get on the pole, she start climbing the pole. Mercedes right behind her, like, bitch, where you going? I thought you said you weren't hiding no bitch.
Thought you wasn't hiding no more bitches.
Hiding no more bitches.
So it's so hard and so soft at the same time.
Yeah. They climb the pole. Autumn falls again, and they had a little exchange backstage. She like, if you want to do this shit drunk, do that shit in your living room, bitch. Don't be coming up in my strip club dancing while you drunk and falling.
But wait! Before you go there, did you see how Mercedes saved the show right there in that moment?
She definitely saved the show with a stripper fight, sexy dance party.
Jumped on top of her and started riding her in the front.
Right. So
it was some sexy shit. That's all.
Yes. And then next, here we go to Chuckalisa Challengers. They having a dance practice, you know, and Mercedes, you know, scolds them about a twerk video, you know, and like Chuckalisa Challengers on the booty, right.
Damian Sanders in the building. Your brother's here.
Hey,
bro. What up, Spoon? You like the looks, bro? Give him a pause, Misha. Don't let me do you. You gonna let me do you? You gonna let me do you?
Wait. You know I got to.
Okay, so come on, go move along.
Moving right along. The scene goes right back to the club, and the girls are practicing, and they doing that, you know, 2 to 3 people on the pole thing again, and Mississippi is injured, and she like grimace in pain, like and Mercedes like, what's wrong? She like, hold on. So she get off the pole, she go to the back, and
But hold up, real quick, before you move along. When you say the three people on the pole thing, you guys need to understand. They got one person climbing to the top. They got another one in the middle doing light as a feather, stiff as a board, holding on to the pole, and like her body is
Yes,
the platform. And the girl at the top stands on her and twerk, 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 twerk.
yes,
And it's another
yes.
girl at the bottom of the pole fucking it up too. I love strippers. God, is it time for us to go to the strip club again? Are the strip clubs open? No.
Ain't nobody, I ain't going to no
Oh,
damn strip club. I ain't going to no strip club in a mask. I don't.
okay. Okay, moving right along. Don't
Right.
stress me out. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay. So,
I missed the club, the strip club, and the lodge. Go ahead.
all right. So, back to the club, they practicing and stuff, and Mississippi was injured. When she got to the back, she told Diamond that her she fell again. Like she keeps saying she fell. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a thing amongst like women in an abusive relationship where they say I fell or I ran into something. You
Well,
know,
what else they gonna say? My nigga knocked me upside the head. Well, bitch, then we be like, I know, bitch, when you gonna leave? That's too
I mean,
easy.
you might as well because we know damn well you ain't falling that much. You
Everybody
know?
know that, but they don't think of it like that. Everybody that's got a problem think that they hiding it. You know, that goes for substance abuse and physical abuse. Shit, if you
Oh,
got that issue, they hide it, they act like they hide it, and then they act like we don't know that they hiding it. Or,
girl, well, she talked to Diamond, and that's where I feel like they have a more of a connection because he went and got some alcohol and pepper and put it in a towel like my granddaddy used to do this, and he put a he
I
put
was
it
like, come on with the home remedy, Diamond. Hey.
yes, he put it around her arm,
Mm.
and it was just like, hey, babe, Tommy Francisco said, looking beautiful as always, lady.
Thanks, bro.
You know I love you. Okay. Yeah, but then Mississippi like, all right, I gotta get in the mode. So she start, you know, posting on she get go live on social media, like get down to the club for the MI, quicker letter I, quicker letter I, hump back I, right? And
That
so
shit hyped me up, by the way. Every time I get hyped. Oh, I love me some Mississippi. Miss Mississippi.
yeah,
Okay.
she like hold my baby and stuff like that. So, you know, it just okay, so wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. You know what I mean? You know, you know, you know what I mean? No, no, you know
Hey,
what I did?
uh,
I done doubled over something. Wait. Why didn't I go? Wait a minute. I tripped out. Okay, so wait. You let me start over. Wait a minute. You let me start that page over like I wasn't saying what I already said. Oh my God. I just realized I said what I already said. Listen, everybody that's listening. if you hear me say the same thing over again, it's because she let me do it. She let me do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip. I'm skipping to the part where I know we supposed to be at. Okay. I'm skipping to the part where I know we supposed to be. Autumn and Andre, they in the park. They had a cute little race up the hill or whatever. And then they had some small talk about the casino, which Andre said it's gonna change the tourism in the town. Why you let me do that? Okay. They
I
end up
was listening. I think I was posing.
they end up back at the hotel. You let me read that whole thing over again.
It didn't sound like you had repeated it. It said I heard a good flow. We were going.
I was repeating something because I wasn't supposed to be on that page. Okay.
We were going. It
uh,
was good. I didn't hear anything repetitious, anything. Oh my God.
okay, so they were at the park. They did a cute little run up the hill. She tried to get a little information about the casino, and he's like, "Are you always like this?" They get a little bit closer. They get back to the hotel, and she's trying to give him something he can feel, but he does not have a condom.
Ooh.
Yeah, she like, I'm waiting. I'll be here when you get back. So he makes a store run to go get the condom. But before he leaves, he unlocks his computer. They uh uh
I'm pretty sure she had a condom, by the way.
they briefly go over to the scene and Mama wanna preach. She wants to preach, honey. And the pastor politely told her, you know what? We have to submit to the elder and and so is gonna be taking my place. That's it. But mama want that pulpit, okay? Mama want that pulpit, okay? But Autumn is back in the room sending all of the casino info, the blueprints and everything to Clifford. But what happened is she ran across some pictures of herself and that freaked her out. So she thought, I know what she thought. She thought he was stalking her and she just ran out. She just ran out the hotel room. Like, I'm gonna leave this picture up right here for you, just to let you know I saw it, and I'm out of here. And that was it. It goes back to the club, and Autumn just she blows past Uncle Clifford, and she's about to start her shift. So I guess she might have been a little late or whatever. Uncle Clifford is in the parking lot. He asked Little Murder if he's coming in. Little Murder say no. He's just parking lot pimping, I guess. You know, he's parking lot pimping. Let me show you, you know, what kind of car I'm in. He's like, I know your mama started to drive a bucket. So yeah, Miles was in a bucket or whatever, and then Uncle Clifford, he said, no, he not coming in. And inside, Mississippi is working on her set with Get 'em Gidget. And she spots her regular and she leaves the stage like what's happening, you know. And so Get 'em Gidget, she does the same thing. And Uncle Clifford goes in the back room and tell Gidget, nah, bitch, you to get your ass back on out on that stage. And that's what you gonna do. And next, Mercedes spots the girls on the ground. Her Chuck and Lisa challengers, they back on the ground and they throwing a house party and they turning all the way up. And this
Oh yeah, they turning up.
yeah,
That
this
look like
is
that
where
girl.
yeah, this is where it gets different because she went and busted up the party, right?
Yeah.
And she told, which turned out to be her daughter. I didn't know that was her daughter up until now. She told her daughter, "You gonna be on 13 and pregnant," and her daughter was like, "Well, if I do, I'm not gonna give up."
Oh Lord, she done froze up. So I'll bet you what's about to happen is her camera's
My
gonna
baby.
drop out again. Okay, so wait, repeat yourself, Misha, because you froze up for a
Oh,
second.
okay, so she she I didn't know that girl from the Chuckalisa Challengers was her daughter.
Okay.
And in this episode, we find out that that's her daughter because she says, "You gonna end up on 13 and pregnant." And when she said you're gonna end up on 13 and pregnant, her daughter was like, "Well, at least if I end up on 13 and pregnant, I won't give up my daughter like you gave up me."
Yeah.
No.
That was
And that
deep.
was really, yeah, that was really sad. It was really sad, and it just goes to show you that kids don't do what you say, they do what you do. So this is my mama. She over there shaking her ass for money. I'm, I'm gonna shake my money maker too. I'm gonna
Not
shake.
only that, I feel like that showed a whole nother layer to Mercedes' character. You know, not only is she a dancer by night, but she's also a mother who had probably had her child young and had a family member raise the child, which is not uncommon, in any region in black families. So, that
And
showed
in
another layer.
any families, white families, Mexican
White families
families,
too, yeah.
yeah. Sometimes grandmama raised you. Period.
Yeah,
And that
that's
is
true.
just or auntie.
That's true. Well, I don't know if you're just freezing. I don't know if you're just freezing up on the app or if you're really freezing too on the actual live, but you keep freezing on my app.
Yeah, I
But
see
go
it.
ahead.
I
Let's
see
keep
it.
it moving.
Okay, well, we're almost done. Uncle Clifford and Andre are they lured Andre back to the paradise room. And that was when you saw Autumn and Uncle Clifford in the back room talking and stuff, and she was asking for her ID back and stuff like that. And then Andre texted her, and he texted something back like, "Yeah, meet me in the paradise room." Da, 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 da. They lured him back to the paradise room, and he gets there, and Autumn is standing there talking to him, and he says,
Okay, she froze up again. I don't know if y'all seeing this, but
but it's actually Uncle Clifford.
yeah, she's freezing up on the thing. Oh, look at me.
Talking and stuff, and she was asking for her. All right, all right. So, can you hear me? Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm
I'm
with you.
sorry. All right, we're almost done. So, because Uncle Clifford is talking to Andre in the Paradise Room after they lured him there, he's just trying to get more info about the casino plans and why Pink is not on the blueprint for the casino plans. And at the very end of the episode, is Autumn at the check cashing place getting about 40 bands
She keep on getting the bands,
under the
honey.
name of Lakeisha Savage, honey. She's doing it. She
Yeah, she
figured
wearing
out.
her piece of savage out.
Yes, she figured out how to do it and she got it. Period. So that's the end of that episode. And do you have anything you want to add?
No, I'm good. I think we should move on to episode 4, only because this one ran a little bit long. You're having technical difficulties, and I gotta pee.
Okay, so let's go ahead and end this episode. Thank you so much, everybody, for sticking with your bells through this episode. We love you. And if you have not already, like, comment, subscribe,
Subscribe
and hit
and
the
don't forget
bell
to
for
hit
your
the bell for
bell.
your bells. Thank
Please hit
you.
the bell for your bells.
Please hit the bell for your bells.